Hey, welcome. Today we're going to dive into a really powerful, kind of counterintuitive idea that the secret to leaping forward in life is to first take a good look back. We're going to uncover how this simple shift can totally transform your learning, your career, and honestly, maybe even your life.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever pulled an all-nighter, just cramming every single fact you can into your brain for a huge test, only to have it all just, poof, vanish a week later? It's like the information was written in disappearing ink, right?
Yeah, if that hits home, you are so not alone. It's a super common trap that pretty much all of us fall into. But, and this is the good news, we're about to explore a simple, powerful technique to break out of that cycle and make what you learn actually, finally, last.
This whole thing, we can actually give it a name, the experience trap. So let's dig into why our brains are so quick to just move on, and more importantly, how we can escape that trap for good.
You know, the philosopher Soren Kierkegaard absolutely nailed the core of this idea with this quote: "We live our lives moving forward, one experience after another, but the real understanding, the kind of insight that really fuels future success, that only comes when we actually pause and look back."
So what happens when we actually do pause and look back? Well, the results are kind of shocking, actually. Research shows it can lead to this massive performance boost. How massive? 23%. Just from this one simple habit.
And the secret is a practice called reflection. Now, this isn't just, daydreaming or staring out a window. It's the active process of thinking deeply about what we've done and what we've learned, with the specific goal of pulling real, usable meaning out of it.
And here is the hard data to back it up. A really fascinating study by DiStefano and his colleagues found that employees who spent just 15 minutes at the end of their workday reflecting on what they learned performed 23% better than their colleagues who didn't. I mean, think about that for a second. That is a huge gain for such a tiny investment of time.
And this isn't some new idea, by the way. The educator John Dewey said it perfectly almost 100 years ago. The experience itself isn't the teacher. It's the reflection on the experience where all the learning actually happens. Without that step, we're just collecting moments without actually collecting any wisdom.
And the cool thing is, the benefits, they create this amazing ripple effect. This isn't just about passing a test. It starts with a much deeper understanding of things, which then boosts your memory. That, in turn, helps you improve your skills and make way smarter choices down the line, all of which just fuels your personal growth.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually do it? Let's open up the Reflection Toolkit and check out a few super simple, practical techniques you can start using, like today. A really great way to get started is to think about reflection at different zoom levels. You don't have to do this massive deep dive every single day. Instead, you can structure it into these really manageable chunks: daily, weekly, and end of term.
The daily review? It can be super quick. We're talking 5 minutes, tops. At the end of your day, just ask yourself these simple questions. This small habit is huge for making learning stick and building momentum.
Then, at the end of the week, you kind of zoom out a little bit. The weekly review is all about seeing the bigger picture. It's where you start connecting the dots between different topics, checking in on your bigger goals, and making those smart adjustments for the week ahead. And finally, you've got the end-of-term review. This is your 30,000-foot view, This is where you pull everything together, think about how the skills you've gained actually apply to your broader life, and set some real, intentional goals for what comes next. But look, this is so much more than just a study hack. Building this habit while you're a student creates this powerful advantage that seriously lasts a lifetime. It translates directly from the classroom to your career.
I mean, the parallel here is it's crystal clear. The same skills you use in university to review concepts and find your knowledge gaps, those are the exact same skills you'll use in the professional world to review projects, make better decisions, and fast-track your own development. It's the same muscle, just in a different gym.
And in today's world, oh man, this matters more than ever. The World Economic Forum reports that the half-life of a professional skill is now just 5 years. Let that sink in. That means in 5 years, what you know today will be half as valuable. In a world moving that fast, the ability to reflect and learn isn't a bonus. It's your essential tool for survival. So when you put all of this together, you start to see reflection for what it really is. It's not just some study skill or a nice-to-have habit. It's a genuine superpower. Because it creates this incredible positive feedback loop. It all kicks off with deeper learning.
which naturally leads you to make smarter decisions. And of course, those decisions accelerate your career growth. And woven through all of it, you build this profound sense of self-awareness. You start to understand your own patterns, your triggers, your strengths. And that awareness, well, that powers everything else. So I'm going to leave you with a final thought, a chance to put this into practice right now. Take just a moment to reflect. Looking back at everything we just talked about, what is the one single insight that stands out to you the most?